If you believe that the BET Awards were all about music and prizes, you might reconsider since, as the cameras were rolling, the celebs pretended to applaud for. While Sis wasn't giving out hugs, Remy Ma was backstage going completely crazy. And by street, we mean 4K phone footage from Remy Ma discovered Papoose and Claressa Shields touching hands behind the curtain thanks to someone's relative. And let's just say that everything that got that evening, Claressa's designer wig, yes, a full-fledged wig snatch, dragged more than Remy's reputation in front of the sponsors at the BET Awards. Surprised? Not really. Are we entertained? Well, yes, because this is about a shattered marriage with a rising side, not simply about celebrity drama or small-time envy. Did Remy actually strike first? Was Claressa prepared for the smoke? Did Papoose set? A girl and a boxing champion who could have just thrown hands outside the ring. The entire event is going viral, so fasten your seatbelts because the BET carpet went bloody. We'll be back soon with all the dirty details. Let's get back to the gossip. Spill Vibe, where we serve tea with receipts rather than just spilling it. Before the wig flew and the cameras captured the mayhem, there was a long evening filled with unsaid tension, phony smiles, and an awkward love triangle while wearing separate shoes on the same red carpet at the 2025 Bet, someone obviously neglected. To inform Remy Ma that the true battle of the evening wasn't the awards ceremony, which was meant to be a celebration of talent and high fashion. The true drama on stage was taking place backstage, behind the dance, behind the glitter, and behind the gruelingly practiced acceptance speeches. Hot tea over an open flame. Remy. Moss arrived by herself, which was a major red signal because she was wearing a transparent black outfit with no papoose, +1 or arm candy. Even worse, according to reports, she refused to walk the red carpet. She wore a tight hairdo and had her typical "don't try me" vibe plastered on her face like battle paint. Coincidence that Claressa Shields, who is also present, is on the carpet at the same moment is not even near because let's not act like everyone. From the visitors to the barbershops already knew that Remy and Claressa were at odds, and the cause was 3 syllables: Papoose, the husband, and the rap. Legend, the person who supported Remy during her whole prison sentence, kept her down, reared her children, and cultivated their reputation as hip-hop royalty. Yet somewhere, something broke between the love letters and the jail visits, and Claressa's Shields, an Olympic boxing champion and the new woman on Let's Talk About the Facts and Papoose's Fast Style. Rumors of Papoose and Claressa being close friends had been going around for months, but the BET Awards were where unquestionable eyewitnesses, that is, security personnel who were unable to remain silent, reported witnessing Papoose arrive. In a private side entry not long after Claressa exited her SUV, not with Remy, but with her glamorous entourage. And suddenly, fuzzy picture evidence began to appear. Yes, but they were undoubtedly the Papoose behind Claressa as her stylist repaired her train Papoose, grinning and seemed a bit too happy of her red carpet appearance. Now, if you're married to Remy Ma and your pal is wearing a handmade dress with your initials sewn on it, it's not illegal to smile. According to a leaked audio tape, Remy understood that the PL embroidery was provocative and not just smiling when people zoomed in on it. In little than 2 hours after the performance, Remy was overheard stating in her dressing area, "I swear I'm flipping this whole F asterisk if I see them holding hands. Awards display upside down with an asterisk. Well, someone get the forklift since she didn't even wait 45 minutes after accomplish just that, beginning with a slight sneer here, a phony grin there, and finally, the moment that ignited the entire evening, when Papoose and Claressa were discovered. As they turned to head for the green room, the camera was backstage, laughing and talking like middle kids at prom while placing a hand on her lower back. Fire sources claim that she didn't say anything, at first, but strolled up and looked at Claressa before saying, and we quote, "So Claressa attempted to defuse the scene by saying, 'You guys are just bullshit with it now. That's how we're doing it.' Remy didn't hear anything, so she reached out and grabbed the wig, yanking it away as soon as the security guards yelled and someone spilled a tray of beverages, while another allegedly said, 'Oh my god, this is better than the BET Hip Hop Awards.' Well, here's the real deal, Claressa. You've been wanting to do that since the DMs leaked, so go ahead and feel better," she added, taking a step back, fixing her hair, and refusing to fight back. The fact that cameras began to roll at that precise time confirms a lot, but it was too late. The wig was already on the ground, and Remy had already stormed in. Went and Papoose simply stood there without saying anything, without defending Claressa, without following Remy, without blinking, just taking out his phone, looking at it, and letting out a sigh. Papoose subsequently informed a buddy about the scenario, saying, "I told them both I wasn't picking sides. Guess they picked for me." Yeah, it goes deeper because within Kiki, your cousin, posted the video on TikTok while someone was staring at you, and there were 2 views in less than half an hour. Ray's Revenge, a new popular song with 1 million views, a Cardi B voiceover. Cut and 12,000 comments like, "Not Remy turning BET into UFC skull." Because she was crying with delight and Papoose had more drama than Zeus Network RM, Claire stood there like a pro. And just when we believed this to be the height of chaos, and BET's Twitter account published a blank statement that said, "We are examining the issue that took place backstage." In other words, we're watching to see whether this gets enough viral attention to warrant a ratings. In the meantime, Claressa shared a picture of herself with her face beat and borders still intact, captioning it, "A queen don't flinch. Boost." And baby did it, especially not for a crown that doesn't fit. Remy remained silent, didn't tweet, post, or tell a tale, but an hour later, admirers saw her in a nearby hotel with her hair still barefoot, flawless, but her face looked as like she had yelled, sobbed, or repelled every evil she had ever encountered. This is when the true mayhem started. As after the video, someone delivered the bombshell that would shatter everything once the comments went viral, and Claressa's carefree attitude swept over social media, revealed a fresh leak that included images, rather than audio or video, and in those screenshots, Ray's secret group conversation with her stylist Glam Squad. Yes, her. Was this a spontaneous outburst or a planned wig snatching? She allegedly threatened to confront Claressa if she tried to reveal her face. Mission, since the internet went crazy as soon as those screenshots were released, so let's speak about them. Because, baby, when they hit, someone with a hazy image and a moniker like Spill Queen 2025 completely stunned the internet with screenshots of the timeline, reportedly from a private group chat called Project Wig, and they were not just dirty, they were radioactive. Yes, the contents therein were more than just rumors. They were a one-letter, purportedly from Remy Ma herself. "I swear, if she shows up with him, it's game over. I'll snatch the lace off her soul," was part of the complete blueprint for catastrophe. Another user, Glam Twin, said, "Girl, don't go to jail, but we'll keep the heels and flats just in case." However, the final one drove the internet into a tailspin, and she believes she got him to watch this stage evolve into in a matter of minutes. Twitter had determined that this was not only a breakdown, but rather a planned wig snatching. Fans of the tactic immediately divided into 2 groups, with half claiming that Remy Ma was insane and in need of treatment, and the other half stating that "she did what?" has to be completed, period. Memes were trending more quickly than real wig side-by-side pictures of Claressa's face. Despite the fact that, let's be honest, Claressa didn't recoil, the purported drag was trending both before and after, and as Twitter fought it out, Claressa was receiving a new blowout and sharing a photo with the message, "It's shady, but it's also kind of iconic. I can't hear the hate over all this applause." Meanwhile, Bet, trying to protect their reputation like it wasn't already soaked in drama, posted a vague statement that read, "An incident backstage. An incident involving 2 guests happened. We are working with all parties and putting everyone's safety and respect first." Translation: until one of them releases a diss track, we're remaining impartial. Let's face it, they most likely had interns editing the Remy Ma's crew, however, saw backstage video into a trailer before the evening was even done. This wasn't just a controversy, it was a prelude to a sequel. Went into full lockdown. Her publicist reportedly notified her hairstylist, unfollowed 4 prominent gossip accounts, and disabled comments on her most recent photo. Avoid breathing on live at all. Claressa's manager was out here in the meanwhile, promoting a brand new campaign called Wigs Don't. The hustling was crazy. And guess who became the next big thing? Yes, Papoose, the man who said, "Win wars to 3 edge control firms and a boxing glove brand absolutely nothing." Yet nonetheless, with a single facial gesture, fans went crazy, and FBI TikTok investigators started bringing up old Someone zoomed in on a sweatshirt in the backdrop of Claressa's Instagram photo, matching the footage from Remy's birthday meal to Claressa's training videos. People said, "Oh, have you all been cozy?" when they compared it to one Papoose wore in 2023. And right when we believed it, when things got even worse, a Reddit post compared Remy's birthday shout-out for Papoose, which was filled with hearts and prayer hands, to after Claressa posted a video showing him holding pads and grinning as if it were a romantic night. The tweet that went viral rocked the internet. Claressa and Instagram lives were appearing every 5 seconds, shredding Remy's emotional core in a single night. One girl claimed to be talented and intelligent. Remy slapped a camera out of someone's hand and yelled, "She can have him," according to a Bet's buddy, storming off. It doesn't really matter if that's true or not, since on the internet, if anything seems true, it is. And Claressa wasn't finished. She went live. "I wasn't going to say anything, but when people try to drag your name," she murmured, her face full, her edges put to the gods, her energy so serene it was insulting. "I'm unbeaten both inside and outside the ring, so remind them who the true champion is." That was a complete knockout in the comment section. Blew up with, "This Bet Awards has more plot than 3 seasons of Power combined," and she said that Remy was dragged harder than her wig. And just when everyone believed Claressa was over, she ended her collaboration with a high-end edge control company that's right Les's signed a contract and introduced a snatch-proof wig grip kit that sold out in 2 hours, less than 72 hours, after she was physically assaulted at an award presentation. Until a single blank screen Instagram story surfaced. With white lettering, no tags, and only vibes, the team remained mute. Everyone knew who it was for, and it said, "Some fights ain't worth it, but some girls need to get checked, just facts." Remy Ma breaks the quiet following the Betwig incident, but Claressa didn't reply since she didn't need to. The Shade Room picked it up in 4 minutes and uploaded. The message's girl was wearing gloves and a name tag, and the celebs added their voices when Cardi B commented on a remix of the battle scene with a straightforward, "Oop, Nicki Minaj liked," a post that claimed that several chicks were swapped and wigs were stolen. And Megan Thee Stallion even tweeted, "Protect fans were making phony BET posters with the titles BET Battle Edition Remy vs. Claressa and Your Piece and Your Edges." One user even made a phony trailer that cut their drama into a boxing bout opening with Claressa walking, tagging Zeus Network to pick it up as a series, into DMX, and Remy pacing as if she were going to release a diss single. But something more important was simmering behind the jokes, brand deals, and scorched lace. Ray's team apparently contacted legal counsel as a result of the group chat leaks that Project Wig planned, not because of the altercation, screenshots they were not supposed to release, and now there was talk of a cease and desist on Clarissa's post-fight, as well as plans to smear intentional disclosures. Product line: some claim Remy intends to take the leaker to court, others claim she's only attempting to take back control of the story. In any case, the tension isn't limited to the internet. Now it's on its way to court, and just when we thought that was the end, another leak surfaced. This time a voicemail purportedly left by Remy asking, "That's the one." She adds, "I'm not mad she has him. I'm mad he didn't even try to stop me." We're left wondering if this was a battle about treachery when the comment section went from laughing to, "Damn, that's pain right there." Because this play is about more than simply 2 ladies and 1 guy. It's also about pride, power, public humiliation, and this conflict. Even if gloves are no longer used, just when you thought things couldn't get much worse, someone arrives with legal documents, and the BT Awards fallout begins. Let's not sugarcoat it. Remy Ma's quiet toward the end of the BT Awards was due to the zoomed-in footage behind all, the viral clips. A lawsuit was pending. Screenshots and TikTok synchronized to Nuckbuck revealed that something more sinister was happening. And based on a dramatic and fuzzy copy of, according to a court filing made public on Twitter by the burner account Ray's Revenge Files, Remy had formally started the process of filing accusations against in a world when group conversations leak like cheap lace fronts. Was the defamation and emotional pain real? Perhaps it was credible, but it was definitely real, and brand agreements are revealed more quickly than public apologies. Nothing is off the table. One of the documents purportedly stated that Remy planned to file a lawsuit, not just against Claressa, but also against BET, alleging that the network did not diffuse the situation and let Claressa Shield to be close to a known war zone, And let's face it, referring to Claressa as such is quite iconic. Insiders close to Claressa say that this refers to her relative, who always speaks too much live, asserted that Claressa has her own legal team ready to send a stop and desist to anyone, not to defend herself, falsely calling her a wig snatcher of the year or a home wrecker mistress according to her squad, was detrimental to her reputation and sports career. Heritage lady, what legacy are you selling snatch-proof grip tape on TikTok? Then came the shocking revelation that both ladies were supposedly banned from until a professional solution is established, which means that you either stop dragging each other on camera or you're going to miss the next 2 award seasons with some kettle corn and regrets. Remy Ma's camp watched the following red carpet from home. Immediately after, a now-deleted article surfaced on her stylists. The caption on the page that depicts Remy in a makeup chair reads, "Unbothered, unbooked, and unbothered again." Claressa was seen courtside at a WNBA game with Papoose sitting next to her. There was no PDA or touching, just that quiet but lethal vibe that said, "We're making a message without uttering a single word." The image went viral on Twitter and received 5 likes almost once. With 2 million views, one user said, "Remy dragged the incorrect wig Papoose never left." Another said, "That ain't even Papoose now, that's Pap Shields." When you see a famous couple on the internet, you know it's real. Name before you ever officially acknowledge it. Now, when everything was blowing up, let's not overlook the profound cultural influence that this entire fiasco had. Talk shows grabbed it up, memes, remixes, and even AI-generated animations of the battle were featured on morning radio shows that argued who was correct. One YouTube video, Remy vs. in 2 days, Claressa frame-by-frame breakdown, had 9 million views. In the meantime, someone used The Sims to recreate the BET backstage brawl. As sponsorship agreements poured in, Claressa's fame soared, and she was featured on the covers of 3 hair care companies, 1 shoe line, and a brand new app named Grip It Don't Trip It, is the motto for Gripped, a product purportedly created to assist ladies in securing their wigs during stressful situations. Remy, on the other hand, completely vanished, posting just a mysterious message with a broken heart emoji and Alicia's song, Unthinkable. There were no interviews or lives. Background keys were playing, and the remarks were vicious. "She's acting like a victim now, Ma'amu, and she should have stayed at home instead of making the initial grab." Remained silent, but just when it seemed that Claressa had won the fight, a fresh leak occurred. This time, it wasn't a screenshot or a grainy picture, but AI assured Remy that I was done with my emotional outburst. But the voice note, which was purportedly recorded only days before the BET Awards, sounded uncannily like Papoose ranting to a pal. I never intended to disgrace her. All I wanted was serenity and quick heartbreak. Then, all of a sudden, the internet went down again. And Remy wasn't simply the aggressor. She was also the abandoned wife, the person who supported a guy during his come-up before he changed lanes with a younger, unbeaten opponent. One Twitter thread called the breakup the worst betrayal in rap history, while another called Claressa the true cause. Now, fans began considering Claressa in a new light. Was she only a pawn, or was she planning this entire unpleasant, personal, and never-ending argument to exert control over Thestory? At last, Claressa had an exclusive interview with a lifestyle YouTuber who often discusses laundry tips and lip gloss. People assume I'm trying to steal something from Remy, Claressa said in the interview. But fact is, I didn't come between. That sentence alone sparked a flurry of responses, with some applauding her candor and others saying, I didn't pretend it was still perfect because they were already broken. Papoose remained utterly silent, posting nothing new or leaving any comments, just the same blank stare, while others accused her of gaslighting the globe. He appeared to wish he could teleport to a less dramatic timeline in every paparazzi picture, and then a group of admirers started a petition. 6,000 people signed the internet petition. Ban wig violence at award shows, hold celebrities accountable, in just one day. It made the case for improved de-escalation training, more stringent security backstage, and even emotional conflict arbitration. As if Remy and Claressa were supposed to sit down on AAs, the pressure increased. Companies started removing one of Remy Ma's beanbags and helping them deal over their trauma with a therapist and a bowl of Skittles. Due to unexpected internal circumstances, a concert organizer postponed her forthcoming event in Atlanta, and long-standing hair sponsors discreetly removed her off their webpage. After almost a month of changes, Claressa's squad was forced to formally denounce violence in order to ultimately avoid being included in fight memes. Claressa wrote a last remark. "This chapter is closed. I've said what I needed, I meant what I said," amid the public's cries and emotional ricochets throughout the digital fight. Remy didn't answer when I continued. "And I'm done letting people play with my name." Perhaps that's the last story twist. And the girl who used to spew bars like realizing that not all battles are worthwhile, particularly those you start while wounded, bullets is currently sitting in a peaceful area. Does it mean that Claressa Shields, the former GWAT in the BET Awards, is now viewed as an emotional mess, while Remy Ma, the unwavering queen of loyalty, Papoose is still mute and unread, and the same blurred-out person in the ring is now a divisive queen in heels who is adored by some and despised by others? The man who witnessed two ladies fight over him is the backdrop of every viral photo. What began as tense rumors became into a worldwide media circus, and simply about example, the public histories of 3 celebrities were irrevocably altered by a birthday, a red carpet, and 1 stolen wig. And we are really excited about the documentary. Thus, the issue today is, who truly prevailed? Was Claressa just the victim of the public dismantling of a marriage preserved by image and history? Was she just going about her business until Remy lost it? Or was this a planned takedown by a sponsor who snatched her wig from the start? Because let's face it, actually, we saw more than just a battle. We saw a champion take the title, an unbeaten champion emerge from the ring and enter society. And one of what do you believe backhand index pointing right was? Hip-hop's most devoted love tales are transformed into a chaotic viral moment with no commercial interruptions. Was Claressa really a buddy? Or did Remy Ma use the backhand index pointing right to justify going full Mortal Kombat at the BET Awards? Papoose is the most villain of all since he remained mute during each round drop, while backstage said it all with the backhand index pointing right. This drama is far from ended, so share your thoughts in the comments section. If this drama made you yell, don't just sit there and hit the like button. For more stories that go beyond leaked images and are more impactful than a bet slap, subscribe to Gossip Spill Vibe. Because we don't only spill the tea, knock the table over and record the video in slow motion. Be curious, be brave, and keep in mind that there are winners and queens in this game of wigs and whispers. Others merely host parties on the Gossip Spill vibe, while others throw fists.